What's the most important conversation you're going to have all day? It's probably the one you're already having, right now inside your own head. And in this explainer, we're going to dig into how to make that conversation a much, much kinder one.
Okay, so let's just start with a quick thought experiment. I want you to think back to the last time you messed up. Maybe you spilled your coffee, missed a deadline, said the wrong thing. What was that very first thought that popped into your head? Was that voice a friend, or was it something else entirely?
See, for so many of us, that voice is, well, it's not exactly our biggest fan. It can be harsh, super critical, and that's what we're going to talk about first, the voice of your inner critic. To make this super clear, let's meet Nora. Now, Nora studied really hard for her spelling test. She put in the hours, she did the work, but when she got the test back, she still missed 5 words. Ugh, we've all been there, right? That moment when you gave it your best shot and it just didn't feel like it was enough. And what's the first thing her brain does? Boom. I'm so bad at this. Just notice how that's not a helpful thought, is it? It's this big, sleeping judgment about her as a person. It's that awful, sinking feeling of self-criticism we all know so well. And it's so important to give this voice a name. People call it the inner critic, but I think this term here is way more on the nose, the inner bully. Because, that's what it is, right? It's a voice that kicks you with mean, totally unhelpful thoughts right when you're already feeling down. Now, check this out. Seeing these two paths side by side is so revealing. The inner bully's script, it's just a bunch of dead ends. I'm so dumb, I can't do anything right. But a kind voice, it doesn't pretend the mistake didn't happen. It just reframes it. It turns that moment of failure into a real chance to learn and actually get better. So if the problem is an inner bully, then the solution has to be an inner ally, right? Let's dive into our next section and see how we can build up a really powerful response by just answering with kindness. And here it is. This is the single most powerful tool you have in your toolbox. Talk to yourself the way you'd talk to a friend. Really think about that for a second. If your best friend failed that exact same test, would you ever in a million years say, "You're so dumb"? No way. You'd give them a hug, you'd offer support. So why on earth are we so quick to deny ourselves that same basic kindness? And this shows you just how immediate the effect is. The second Nora decides to shift her inner voice to one of friendship, the change isn't just in her head, it's physical. That heavy, awful feeling in her chest actually starts to lift. Kindness is a real antidote to that feeling of shame. And this, right here, is the ultimate payoff. We have this crazy idea that being hard on ourselves is what motivates us, but it's not. It just makes us afraid to fail again. Real motivation, the kind that actually makes you resilient, that comes from kindness. It's the thing that gives you the courage to dust yourself off and say, okay, let's go again. Okay, so we get the what and we get the why. Now let's get super practical with the how. Here is a simple, doable game plan we can all start using literally today. The 3 kind steps. And here's the toolkit. It all starts with just noticing. You gotta catch that bully's voice before it spirals out of control. Then, step 2 is to consciously talk kindly. You literally interrupt that negative thought and swap it for something you'd say to someone you care about. And finally, you encourage. You become your own cheerleader, giving yourself that gentle push to keep on going. All right, so knowing the steps is one thing, but the real magic happens when it all becomes second nature. So our final section is all about turning this from something you do into something you are. It's about making kindness a habit. I just love this metaphor. You don't take a vitamin one time and expect to be healthy for the rest of your life, right? It's doing it every single day that builds you up. And every kind word you say to yourself is like another little deposit into your confidence bank, ready for you when you really need it. So when do you practice this? Everywhere. The opportunities are hidden in every tiny little imperfection of your day. Spilling something, forgetting to text back, losing a game. These aren't just annoyances. Try to think of them as little reps at the gym for building up your self-compassion muscle. And hey, if you want a more structured way to build this habit, this mirror exercise is fantastic. It's so simple. Just a few seconds every morning to look yourself in the eye and just set a kind tone for the rest of the day. This isn't about vanity. It's about training that kind voice before the inner bully even has a chance to wake up. I'm learning. Saying this out loud reminds you that life isn't some pass-fail test. It's a process. It gives you permission to be a work in progress, which, let's be honest, is exactly what all of us are. And then you can build on that with, I can improve. See, this isn't about pointing out flaws, it's about recognizing that you're capable. It shifts your focus away from a mistake you made in the past to all the potential you have for the future. It's the very heart of what we call a growth mindset. And finally, maybe the most powerful one of all, I'm enough. This is the ultimate kryptonite for the inner bully. It says that your value as a person has absolutely nothing to do with your performance on any given day. You are enough right now, just as you are, mistakes and all. So when you boil it all down, it really comes down to this one very clear choice. After any setback, big or small, you can side with that inner bully that just wants to tear you down. Or you can choose to step up and be the supportive, encouraging best friend that you absolutely deserve. So I just want to leave you with this question. Self-compassion isn't for some future perfect version of you. It's for you right now. In all the little moments and the big challenges that you're definitely going to face today, how are you going to choose to be your own best friend?